What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are back to close down the topic of the Black Cat trials. It's finally over. We have less than 12 hours left in this journey of the Black Cat trials, and I want to give my feedback and the feedback also of the community, the feedback that I got from you guys. And my experience overall going through this style, if it was easy or not. I'm going to show you some of the teams that I used that I didn't display in videos, and characters that were absolutely MVPs on this journey. And also what the hell is going on in the background of the Black Cat trials and this type of Scourge events, and why I will never ever again try to be top 50. Because as it seems, there is a lot of stuff going on in the background, and it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't really matter, but I will tell you what's going on in a second. So, as always, if you like the information on this video, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button like a freaking boss. Okay, so before the Black Cat trial started, I saved a bunch of gold. I was sitting on 65 million gold, and I used 20 or so million gold to upgrade my Black Cat, but also to upgrade some of my secret defenders, of course. But as always, on top of that, I also used some of the gold to upgrade my Nowhere team to levels that I don't feel comfortable with. I definitely don't feel comfortable with investing so much. I think I over invested, and the reason why it's because some of these characters will not have a longer shelf life. We have characters like Star-Lord Annihilation. He doesn't do piercing damage, and because he doesn't do piercing damage, that means his longevity might be reduced. Right now it's okay. He was a decent option for Dark Dimension 6 Cosmic, which is not the best option. It's not something I would really recommend unless you really have no other skill characters to bring in your Dark Dimension 6 run. But it's quite problematic. Then we have Cosmo. Cosmo was always a character that I hated, not because I'm dogophobic or caninophobic or something like that. No, absolutely not. Not because he's a transgender dog. No, it's not because of that. It's because the kit is trash, and the kit was designed already with the Scourges or the trials or the packs, whatever you want to call this bullshit. When the character was designed, was already with this in mind, and that's why the cooldowns are like so long, the damage is pretty much meaningless, and the character is made in a way that or you have to get energy from different sources, or you have to use him on matches where the time is very, very short, or you destroy the enemies, or if the match lasts more than 5 or 6 turns, then it's game over for you. So this is a big deal because the team seems to don't have a lot of longevity. They have no use outside of Alliance Wars. You can get some use out of Nova in Cosmic Crucible. Star-Lord, once again, you can use him in Dark Dimension 6, and that's already stretching it. His survivability, the damage and utility, they are not that great, to be honest. So overall, this team is a pile of garbage. It's pretty much a pile of garbage, and over investing on teams like these, it doesn't feel great, and it's something that you already know that will be cursed from the start. In the future, we'll see what happens. The Awaken abilities from Nova, they are pretty much irrelevant because you can only use them in Alliance Wars, and using these characters in other game modes, I don't know, I really don't know. Like I said, Nova in Cosmic Crucible, but the other 4 characters, they are pretty much useless, especially if you use them on defense. I love whenever I see Nowhere team on defense. It's an absolutely free win, over 70 points of efficiency, and that's great on that specific situation, but like I said, the investment is not good. On top of that, this team required so many T4s, like 16 T4s, 16 T4s, the bare minimum essential, they were like 12, It's insane. It was huge investment for such a trash team. Yes, okay, it's a legendary team that unlocks other legendary team. That's okay, I guess. But like I said, it doesn't feel good. And I didn't feel like I got a return out of my investment, which on this team alone, it was around 20 million gold. I took Korg and Cosmo to level 95. The other three characters, it's okay, they are the damage dealers and so on, but Korg and Cosmo plus the tons of biogear that they require, because yes, they are somewhat cheap, but so many bio characters at the same time, it doesn't feel great. And once again, like I said, way too many T4s, isolate to level 4 and all that nonsense. It was just way too expensive. And at the end of the day, what did I got? What I got was rank 69. Nice. So we got rank 69. That's okay. In terms of gold that I spent, it was around 20 million, like I said, and that's around $100 worth of gold, right? $100 worth of gold, and that would be the 1,200 Dark Promotion credits that you get from upgrading your Black Widow from 4 red stars to 5 red stars. So I was changing gold value to Dark Promos value by acquiring the 5 red stars, because you can get Black Cat at 7 yellow with rank 500 without having to spend so much. If my account were, if my Cosmo team or whatever was much smaller, I would not have any problem with it, as I would do a perfect difficulty 9 run, and I would still get a great amount of points, and once again be able to score these top 500. On top of that, so the return is not there because we are not able to achieve the top 50, and the return is not there, and it's just not worth it. On top of that, we also have other two situations, which was the feedback of the community. You guys told me in the comments, to my surprise, you guys always know my content, I try to make it good for everyone, for literally everyone. The teams that I use, I always try to use characters that are or available for everyone, or making sure that I will come up with something easy, something that is obtainable easily, and some strategy that is like as easy as possible for everyone to execute. But because I did this on difficulty 10, because I did my runs on difficulty 10, many people told me that, oh, is this guide only for whales? Are you doing videos now only for the whales? It was not the case. It was absolutely not the case. And whatever worked for difficulty 10, it also worked for difficulty 9 and 8. I had the experience of running a difficulty 8 and a difficulty 9 account with similar stats, with characters at much lower level 85, level 90, and it worked just fine. All the strategies that I used, they worked all in those specific situations as well. Now, what I wanted to show you, let me think about it. So yeah, I'm going to show you the teams that I used, and you guys will see that none of these characters are like particularly special to whales or anything like that. And I'm going to show you some of my secret teams, right? Some of the secret teams that I mentioned. So for node number 1, I used Spider Weaver, Archangel, Apocalypse, Red Hulk, and Val. Yes, my characters are a little bit bigger than most people, but most people should also have these characters available. If you have been playing the game for 6 months, I have the feedback of free-to-play players that have been playing the game for 6 months or 1 year, and they have all these characters at least at 6 yellow. So whatever I did on difficulty 10, you can do at difficulty 8, and still you are still going to get a top 5,000 score. You are still going to be able to get top 5,000 rewards. Okay, so that was for the first node. Then for the node number 2, number 6, and number 10, I used my Nowhere, which once again, it's way over invested, not worth it, absolutely ridiculous. Don't do this. And don't even like none of these characters, you don't need to take them to gear tier 17. Absolutely not. I would, if I would be able to do this again, I would just keep them at gear tier 15 because that's what they deserve. Nova, once again, you can take it to gear tier 18, but to other characters, gear tier 15 is more than enough. Then look at these characters that I used. Hela, farmable. Strange, farmable. Morgan Le Fay, available 2 months ago. Agatha, I'm not sure if she's farmable. I guess we can find out. I guess probably she's the only character that is not farmable. Okay, she's now on Cosmic Crucible Store. And Doctor Doom, which you get by completing Dark Dimension 4. So all these characters are approachable. Then I used Magneto, and one of my secret characters was also Dazzler. I used Magneto on node number 4, and I used Dazzler on node number 7 or 8, node number 8. So Magneto and Dazzler, both easily obtainable. Once again, we have the same characters from above, Morgan Le Fay, Doctor Doom, and we have Scarlet Witch, which is farmable, and is also required for Apocalypse. And then I used Omega Red. I guess Omega Red would be a little bit hard to obtain, because this event rarely shows up. It's like once every 4 months or every 5 months or so. I don't know why, but I guess, sure, Omega Red would be a little bit harder to obtain. And then a Black Cat, only at 3 yellow, 4 yellow. We obtained that through the event. Then I used Lady Deathstrike, I used Abomination, Red Hulk. All of these characters are required for Apocalypse. Lady Deathstrike, you can use her on Dark Dimension 6. You can use her on the tech nodes of Doom 2, Doom 3, Incursion Raids as well. It's a staple character that has been around for a very long time. And then one of my secret weapons was OG Spider-Man. Yes, OG Spider-Man was so good on the Brawler nodes. I'm gonna show you that in a new video coming up soon, but it was quite amazing. I really recommend if you have him geared up already. If you didn't have OG Spider-Man, you could use Shang-Chi, you could use Val, you could use Quicksilver. All of these characters are easily available, or Val, in the case of Val, we had the event recently. So I honestly don't understand why people were saying that I make content only for whales. These are pretty much the most staple characters that we have in Marvel Strike Force for the past 3 years, maybe. Once again, all the characters I mentioned are required for Apocalypse, or they are required for Dark Dimension 5, Dark Dimension 4, Dark Dimension 6. So I don't know why people are saying that I'm doing content for the whales. Once again, it's all a matter of scale. If I'm using my characters at level 95 on difficulty 10, you can use your characters at level 90 on difficulty 9, or level 85 on difficulty 8. So I really can't understand this criticism that I got on my videos. And even the views were quite low compared to in the past. It seems because it said difficulty 10 that it scared people away, when it was not the case. This is once again the most cookie cutter characters I could use. And as always, I try to make sure that my teams are available for literally everyone. 90% of the community plus, I think they were good to go. Either way, we have to talk about a very important subject, and the reason why I will never ever again try to get top 50. I understand that to some people it validates my content, because yes, as you guys can see, my strategies, they work to the most end game possible. Everything that you can do, yes, it always works. And once again, I try to make content for literally the 90% of the community, 95% of the community. The people I really cared less about is actually the whales. The whales, they don't pay me. The whales, they don't do donations to me. The whales don't like me. So getting this adverse feedback was really surprising, but I guess my content was only validated to the whales. So the whales finally figured out that my content also works for them. Either way, the problem with this top 50 is that this is a scam. This top 50 is 100% scam, And I'm gonna make some serious accusations, but this is based on some private discourse that we have out there in the community where these end game players talk about, and hopefully maybe in the future I will have screenshots to share about this topic. But the situation is that the top 50 is absolutely curated. How is it curated? Well, we're gonna talk about. So first off, when you do the trials, if you sack the nodes multiple times, that is going to give you more points than if you just one shot. That's the first problem right away. Unlike Cosmic Crucible, that if you sack, you lose setup amount of points, it's not the case here. Scopely wants you to use as many teams as possible, even that it doesn't make any logic. We should be rewarding skill, not be rewarding using multiple characters over and over again. But Scopely has this stupid mechanic that if you sack the nodes and then on your third attack or fourth attack, if you just beat it in one node, you are going to get the most amount of points because you took the least amount of turns. Does it make any sense? It doesn't make any sense, but that's how Scopely designed it. So, if you already have your characters with max yellow stars, max red stars, and so on, the only thing that will differ your actions from the actions of someone else is how many sack teams they used, and also how much ISO 8 blue level 4 and how much ISO 8 blue level 5 you have, right? ISO 8 blue level 5 gives 20% more damage to the characters. And even that, yes, I used some ISO 8 blue level 5 in certain characters to have advantages here, it was just not enough. It's just not enough because these characters at the top, they have so much ISO 8 blue level 5 because they dominate every single of the leaderboard events. Now, the real question is, why are we rewarding the people that have the money to get 5 red stars? All these players here, next week or 2 weeks after, there will be a Black Cat event for red stars on the leaderboard, and all these guys, they already have them at 5 yellow star or 5 red stars. They are going to get them again, which they don't need, and they just want to steal the red stars from other people. It's ridiculous, but either way, it's their money, whatever they do. It's Scopely's fault for doing this. So either way, it doesn't make any sense. On top of that, we have a major problem, and once again, big accusations here, but this is from some sources that I honestly believe in, and this is that some content creator, maybe even envoy that has access to the test server, some content creator, maybe even envoy that has access to the test server, is actually running the accounts of all of these whales. All these people that you see from Mutiny and Onslaught and so on, there is some person out there that is using his status to once again take advantage of the test server and have this information in advance in order to run these accounts and in order to make sure that these accounts always dominate the top 50. Because yes, maybe these people don't have 5 or 6 hours to run through the scourges, and they will ask someone that has this special privilege information and now this access to features that no one else has. And because of that, he is able to run these multiple accounts and he gets paid for it. I'm not sure how legal this is, and especially when some of the people that I'm talking about even recommend using APK mods, which is hilarious. But this is the situation right now. So not only we have people with special privilege information, with special access to the test server that up front can have huge advantage with knowledge early on that helps them to get the better score that is available. On top of that, they also have all these other participants being part of the top 50 where everything is being curated because they have all this access to special information and so on. So And on top of that, you also have the advantage of having all the isolate blue level 4 and also the isolate blue level 5, because once again, everything is curated in order to make sure that the top 50, the top 100 players have the most advantage, because they completely dominate all the leaderboards. And for us normal people that spend maybe $100, $200 a month, or even zero, you have literally zero access to these. So is this a fair competition? Absolutely is not a fair competition, and I definitely don't get the worth of my investment, and I kind of alienate my community and my audience by trying to perform so hard, which once again, it didn't give me anything in return. But you guys let me know what you think about all of this. Do you think my content was it seemed like too difficult to achieve? Should I do just difficulty 8 and difficulty 9 in the near future so you guys can more easily relate with the content? Do you like the fact that I try to use as many mainstream characters as possible in my runs? Let me know all of that in the comments below, and as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. Let me know in the comments below what you think about all of these situations, because this is very problematic. If Scopely is allowing this marketing, the black market, this is pretty much the black market of MSF, trading accounts, having access to the test server and using special privileged information to have advantage on the leaderboards and events. This is quite problematic, and if Scopely is really doing this, they kind of lose all their legitimacy, and it's going to start being a problem going forward. So that's all for now. Once again, let me know in the comments below what you think about all of these topics, and as always, if you like what you see, make sure you smash that like button, and I will catch you guys later. Take care.